AFL fans, there is some exciting and potentially thrilling news about the potential return of the AFL within the next month. And to hear all that and more, let's check out this video, man. Let's go. What's up, everybody? It's the Sports Code, aka Aiden, and welcome back to a long-awaited AFL update video. In this video, we're going to be discussing the potential return of the AFL, what date it's being linked to return at, and if the fixture might have changed a little bit due to the date that the AFL could potentially be returning at. So before we get started, man, please like and subscribe to the Sports Code YouTube channel. Turn notifications on. AFL and its fans have been long awaiting its return since the very first round, and we could be getting some great news over the coming days. It started off today with the potential meeting about the return of the AFL, man. And the meeting has gone very, very well, and they've kind of set a date to which they expect the AFL to be returned. Now, by all means, this is not official at this time, but the date that is looking like that could potentially be a return date is going to be June 11th in 2020, man. So this is going to be in around a month's time, less than a month, the AFL could potentially be back into our television sets and into our hearts. So what do you guys think about that? The AFL, man, since the first game, it's been a while since we've seen the AFL, and only one round. A lot of fans are hungry for it. A lot of fans are desperate to get their football back, and it is the best sport to watch in Australia, and it's one of the best sports in the world. So even people outside of Australia are keen to see this return. And I'm very happy to say that it looks like we're going to get AFL back very, very soon. Very exciting news. June 11th is the date to keep an eye on, and hopefully everything can get confirmed within the next few days that this will happen. This is going to happen. I'm very excited. But why June 11th, man? That's what everybody's asking. Out of all dates, why June 11th? There is clearly something special about June 11th, and this is where the scheduling comes in, because around June time is often when we celebrate the Queen's birthday, and the Queen's birthday usually has rounds of Melbourne versus Collingwood. That's the key fixture every single year on the Queen's birthday. It's gone every year without fault, really. And this season we could have had that day. We could have had that endangered, really, of having that strong fixture not be present, which is demoralising for many Collingwood fans and for many Melbourne fans and for all the AFL. Really, it's definitely the key highlight of that round. So why they're targeting June 11th is possibly because that could be the day that the Melbourne Demons end up playing for the Queen's birthday versus Collingwood. It looks like the fixture may change, which is why the AFL has asked on its Instagram, what fixture would you like to see returned back when the AFL comes around? Normally people would say just resume with round 2, but for such a special occasion, this could be the time where AFL actually changes its scheduling up completely to ensure that the historic round of Melbourne versus Collingwood in the AFL ends up staying where it is and ends up being that yearly tradition that keeps on going. So for the AFL, they have a decision to make in that area. What are they going to do? Are they going to continue to go with round 2? Or are they going to change the fixturing and make sure that Melbourne and Collingwood will actually take place when it's supposed to? And it's a very, very tough decision to make, and it's one of the best decisions for the AFL at the end of the day, because whether they do it or not, the AFL is coming back and everybody's going to be more excited about that. So that's the news about the AFL, man. So I'm excited to see what happens in the future. I'm excited to see where things go. Again, the AFL is a sport that everybody loves and cherishes. It's not a joke to many people. It's an it's a worldwide known sport at this time, man. People are starting to really recognize what the AFL is, and there's more to describe. So with this news being talked about, what does it mean for the future of the AFL when it comes back? Most likely, it's going to come back exactly how you decided to watch it in round one. So for many people that didn't watch the women's AFL as well as the men's AFL, especially the men's AFL, because this is the most key example, they're going to be playing most in these big arenas in the NCG and the Marvel Stadium arena. They're going to be playing in these arenas with no fans, and it's just going to be one team versus another. There's not going to be any cheering. There's not going to be any supporting of another team. But that's going to be how things go in the future. So with no fans, it is a little bit demoralizing, but because we all know Australia has done very well compared to other countries with this whole pandemic issue, with the whole coronavirus issue. It hasn't been perfect, and many people have their complaints, especially in the financial department. But for the most part, it's done very well compared to other countries. So a lot of people would think that it could be good to bring fans back into the AFL, but I'm pretty sure the AFL is very, very strict on not having any fans in the events in the AFL. So this entire season will most likely go on with no fans. It's going to be behind closed doors, one team versus another. And that's going to be very interesting to see how this goes. It's going to be very interesting to see how things adapt and if things can potentially change in the future. Now, with the scheduling of the AFL, it looks like they are pretty close to finishing exactly where they should. The 17-round scheduling has obviously been one of a talking point for a lot of months now since they decided to do it. A lot of people agree that the 17-round fixture is the most important and the best way to go during this time, as it feels like everybody gets a fair and equal opportunity to perform against every single team, and that should decide it without having multiple games against some teams. So it's very interesting to see how this 17-round fixture will play into the AFL, and this could finish well into September if they decide that their fixturing will be 2 games a week or 3 games a week. At the end, none of this is confirmed, so there will be another video when all of this is expected to come out and be fully confirmed. But these are just some of the information, some of the outlets, some of the things that are being talked about within the news and within people around online and around the internet. So it's great to see that there's a lot of positive talk around the AFL. I'm looking forward to this. I hope you guys are looking forward to this. That's the news. That's the news for the AFL. So to sum it all up, AFL is expected to be back by June 11th in 2020. That's the date that is expected to happen. With the recent questioning of changing the fixtures, it looks like the AFL might change the fixture to put Melbourne and Collingwood as the main event of round 2 and the Queen's birthday, as June 11th is very, very close to the Queen's birthday. So that is something that is going to be talked about, as well as a potential fixture change. There looks like there will be no crowd in the AFL arenas, Marvel Stadium, and the MCG. It also looks like there's a bit of a hesitancy towards Victorians flying out of Victoria and vice versa. So there's going to be an interesting discussion on how that's going to get resolved. That's just the thing that's been mentioned now. I didn't mention that earlier in the video. And also, how will the 17-round schedule go? Will it go well, or will it end up will it end up being a little bit of a hassle for a lot of teams? Or maybe the 17-round schedule will end up finishing the season as quickly as possible, to which the grand final should be finished rather on time compared to close to the end of the year, which is what a lot of people were expecting. So that's the sum up of the news video. I want to thank you all for watching. Not a long video, but it's an exciting video, a very happy video. We're going to get our football back, and there's no better feeling. So for that, man, please like and subscribe, turn notifications on, help your boy get to the 40 subscribers, man. Only 2 away. So anybody that finds this video informative, interesting, if you guys want to leave a comment about what you think, debates and topics. Again, we do it all here. So have a wonderful and safe day. Take care and peace.